Alrighty guys, what is going on? Welcome, Rabid here, and today we're going to take a look at some solo mining, and I have been solo mining the script algorithm on this guy right here. This is the Flu Miner L1. Now it's been on for about a little over a month and a half. So it has been solo mining as well. So I started putting this on. If you saw when I released that video on the new firmware, that's when I turned this thing on. You know, maybe it's been about a week now, but the L2 does have new firmware. If you missed it, it can now mine on, I think, any pool out there for the script algorithm. And this thing is an absolute beast when it comes to solo mining for the cost, for the efficiencies. This thing is absolutely amazing, way better than any of those hammer miners that are out there. So check out, I will have links, all this stuff down in the description if you are looking. But yeah, we're going to take a look at 1 month's worth of solo mining, and the majority of it is all done on here. And again, this is for the script algorithm. That is your Litecoin, your Dogecoin, and all your other coins that don't really matter other than those two. But there's about 16 of them altogether. All right, guys, so here we are at Mining Dutch, and we can see that we have the L1 and the L2 radio here, both in solo mode, both in Litecoin mode. Now, I did have it on multi-mining, multi-port here, I guess, before, and that's when it would switch between the most profitable coin, and it'd go to Digibyte and other things like that, the main coin. So there are different main coins, and then you have all your merged coins that go with the main coins. Now, ultimately, I want to hit either a Litecoin block or a Doge block. I don't really care about the other coins. I did hit multiple Digibyte blocks and everything when I had multi-port, but then if you're mining Digibyte, you're not mining Litecoin, and you have no chance of finding a Litecoin block, if that makes sense. Anyway, so I'm going to come into mode here. We're going to go to solo. We're going to look at the 1 day, and it looks like in the past 1 day, I did find 2 world coin blocks and 2 New York coin blocks. It's saying I'm estimated around 819 days to find a Litecoin block. So that's a while. And Dogecoin blocks are about 50% faster. So it'll probably be about 400 days to hit a Doge block. So you can see here, even with 6.7 gigahash, it's going to take a long time to possibly hit a Doge block. So those solo miners are going to take forever, most likely probably won't happen type of thing, but you never know. The chance is there as long as you're sending shares. So there's 1 day, moving into 2 days here. Let's take a look at, we have a few more, 7 total blocks here. It looks like 4 New York coin, 3 world coin here. Let's go into 3 days. Nothing between 2 and 3 there. So let's try 7 days. And we got some more. We're at 14 blocks found in the past week. We got 2 Earth coin, 5 world coin, 7 New York coins found here. And we can see, average luck on these. 89% per world coin. Here's our average luck and the workers and stuff that found them. It looks like the L2 did find the block here of New York coin. So both miners are finding 380% luck. That is pretty high. Moving on now from 7 days to 14 days, which is 2 weeks. We are at 26 blocks total. We can see average luck. Oh, wow. Average luck on Cat coin, 1 block found, 25 coins, 716%. That is crazy here. And then moving into the actual 31 days time here, we did get a total of 50 blocks. We found 50 blocks in 31 days here. And what's our average luck for most of these things? Does it have a whole bunch? No, not very many. We can see got 2 Digibyte. Remember, that's when I was on multi-port. Average luck about 176% here. 551 coins, and not really worth anything here. But yeah, so scrolling down here, one thing you got to keep in mind, I did have quite a few orphans. Script coins do orphan quite a bit. That's why I think is a PPLNS is kind of bad when it comes to script, because there's so many orphans a lot. That PPS and PPS Plus and stuff like that seem to be the better option when it comes to mining script coins because of that. But actually, we didn't do too bad. It looks like 4 coins were orphaned in the past 31 days. But yeah, we hit a total of 50 script blocks here with about 6.14 gigahash. So not too shabby on our end here. How many of those little L2 radios? There we go. We can see New York coin. We got one there. But for the most part, it's the L1 finding all the blocks. And it makes sense because it was on, obviously, the longest. Oh, L2 radio New York and New York. So it found that. So it's found 2 blocks, and it's only been on for like a week or something. The L1 was obviously on for the whole time, and then it obviously has a lot more hash rate over the L2 radio. So there we go so far. No Litecoin block yet and no Dogecoin block yet. So we got to keep on going. Now, what do you guys think I should do? Should I go back in and, put it into multi-port? That way it solo mines the most profitable, and that way I could hit more digibytes, or just dedicate it to digibyte and never solo mine Litecoin and then continue to hit a bunch of digibyte, because obviously digibyte is a lot easier to hit, and that's usually where my earnings came from. If we look at here at my wallet, how much have I actually earned from solo mining? I got $7. I am converting it all into Bitcoin as well, but I got $7.16 worth of Bitcoin over the past month or so. So is it actually worth solo mining? I don't know. If we look at this actually all came from the early digibyte blocks. So the probability is they're a digibyte, not the other ones if you find them. But when it comes down to this, like if I actually go to my earnings, when I haven't been mining any type of digibyte or anything, straight Litecoin, if I don't hit any blocks, I'm not making anything. So if I come in, let's go back February, let's go to January 9th to right now, and I just changed the period to this. Like, I don't even really think we earned anything. Yeah, $2.12. And digibyte here, yeah. So no digibyte or anything was happening, but we are converting everything into that Bitcoin. $2.11 is all we found. So I don't actually know how much we got, but the digibyte was really early on. Actually, it says we had a little bit here. Maybe that's all that's left, actually. So yeah, I'd actually have to look at the date to see when I hit that digibyte. But for the most part here, it's, for 1 month's time from the 9th to the 9th, I've only made $2.12. So that $7 I had there before, a little over $5 of it all happened previous to the past month when I wasn't strictly solo mining Litecoin. Because remember, all the other coins, they don't add up to nothing. They're worthless coins on the script algorithm. Sure, they're getting free security and stuff, but when it comes to profitability, Digibyte's doing not too bad by the looks of things, I suppose. But, Litecoin and Dogecoin are the 2 blocks that you want to hit. And obviously, Dogecoin is the main block you want to hit. And Dogecoin is twice as easy to find as Litecoin because the block time is twice as fast, if that makes sense. So you should hit Doge blocks before you hit any type of Litecoin blocks, in theory, based on everything. But anyway, guys, that is my numbers right now, based on solo mining with about 6.3 gigahash over the past month on the script algorithm. Not looking good. We'll continue on. Should I go another month? Should I go another couple weeks? Should I try something else? What do you guys think I should do with these script miners? How should I mine? Should I go to Digibyte and try to hit a bunch of blocks there? Or should I stay on Litecoin and Dogecoin only and hope for one of them blocks? I'll see you in the next one. Hit that subscribe button. Links in the description for any type of miners. Rabid out.